Hi everyone, I'm Rachel and today I'm joined with Stephanie and today we're going to discuss using X for political messaging. For our introduction, we're going to describe the powers and perils of using Twitter for political action and getting votes. We will also discuss the problem, which is the speed and reach that X has as a platform. We will also discuss solutions such as implementing stricter platform policies and promoting transparency. We'll also go over some implementation strategies that have to do with antitrust and privacy. And lastly, we'll go into our conclusion.
Social media has reshaped the landscape of political communication, with X, formerly known as Twitter, emerging as a pivotal tool for political action and voter engagement. As a platform that enables communication between millions of users, politicians, governments, and advocates, they use this as an unprecedented opportunity to influence public discourse, shape narratives, and mobilize support from the general public and corporations who would endorse a political party. The main focus of this analysis is to scope into the dual-edged nature of X's roles in politics. On one end, the platform empowers individuals and marginalized groups to voice their opinions and engage directly with representatives on their preferred political party. On the other, it could amplify diverse rhetoric and pose a risk to healthy democratic practices. A key study to this analysis is that the current elect president, J. Trump, use of X, which has not only revolutionized political communication, but has also sparked controversy with implications for national and international politics. This white paper seeks to explore the benefits and political costs of using X as a medium for political action. Some of the problems that have emerged from such a topic on the app um, is the speed and reach that X has as a platform, which also fosters the speed of misinformation, amplifying diverse rhetoric, and the erosion of trust in institutes. Additionally, the platform's algorithm prioritizes sensationalism, creating these subsectors in which polarizes audiences and undermines nuanced political debates. Such challenges raise critical questions regarding the role of social media in fostering democratic engagement versus its potential to destabilize political processes. So, some of the solutions that we discussed include stricter platform policies, which combat the speed of misleading uh, content. This would be by adding some fact-checking factors, programs, and promoting transparency. This coming from campaigns and representatives who are on the platform addressing what they are trying to combat during election season and what they would stand for.
Social media platforms integrated themselves into the public sphere, creating a digital space for people to express themselves in many ways. But should there be limits on expression online? There's much debate about whether regulating free speech is acceptable. Since there are so many viewpoints, it's critical to understand why we want to regulate, and is usually indicative of a failing public sphere. These ideas were presented and developed further by Jack Balkin in How to Regulate and Not Regulate Social Media. The first strategy option is to implement antitrust competition regulations, and another is privacy protections, with the goal being to shape the organization to achieve better societal outcomes. United States antitrust laws are laws that aim to promote economic competition and prevent monopolies. The goal in this context is to separate functions housed under the same company because it creates a conflict of interest between users and the company and diminishes public trust in media. Another strategy Balkin introduces is to utilize the information fiduciary model to regulate privacy. This model is a legal framework for companies that collect personal information and data. Some of the duties and obligations are the duty of care, the duty of confidentiality, and the duty of loyalty. Implementing a fiduciary model would change how companies think about the obligations to their users. Implementing regulations as a solution is easier said than done due to its complexity amongst stakeholders. The risk of further complexity might be a net negative for users as it goes against their actual interests. In a survey on the economics of privacy in the Journal of Economic Literature, researchers concluded that there is a divide between the adoption of privacy technology and sharing technologies based on the results that a very small percentage of users opted out of online tracking. Cooper and Yun discuss this further, noting if a user is unresponsive to changes in privacy, the user harm resulting from less market competition over privacy concerns would suggest that there is little demand for antitrust policies. This is a problem because it means implementing more antitrust and competition may pose no benefit to any stakeholder. More importantly, it represents consumers' lack of understanding the value of privacy and the cost of their online behavior. Ignorance allows social media companies to adopt harmful online privacy practices, but there are ways to mitigate this problem, one of which is digital literacy. Digital literacy helps users protect themselves online by utilizing critical thinking, protecting privacy, and ethically using technology. Some tips for digital literacy can be found at UOTP's article, What is Digital Literacy and Why is it Important? Some tips to develop the skills are to experiment with new technology tools, keep up to date on technology advancements, focus on tech that benefits you most, and adopt a mindset of lifelong learning. It is noted that emphasizing and practicing digital literacy allows users to curate data and media, consume safe, credible, and relevant information online, and join forums of like-minded people. To wrap up our presentation, we introduced the cost and benefits of using X, changes in information dissemination, and examines Trump's use of X. We talked about the problems of X's speed and reach, algorithms, and the political consequences. We talked about some solutions, which are stricter platform policies and content moderation. We also discussed implementation of antitrust laws and information fiduciary models, which the risks are market complexity and the privacy paradox, but our recommendation to combat this is increasing digital literacy. Thank you for listening.